Hi everybody, this is Thomas and this is yet another tip of the week. As you can see from my screen here, along with the release of Impact 17.1, which has a lot of nice and exciting features, we have released the new reinforcement modules called the Reinforcement 14.0. And there are some small but very exciting differences between Reinforcement 13.0 and the new one, the 14. And that's why I'm making this tip of the week to tell you more about the functions that they have been changed a little bit, or some new things we added in reinforcement that makes it very, very exciting. This is a little bit more technical, again, as a tip of the week, but of course, feel free to stay throughout the whole thing. So I'll take down this, I open my AutoCAD drawing, and here you see a reinforcement basically that I have drawn through Impact Reinforcement 13. And now I'm going to draw the same basically reinforcement in Impact Reinforcement 14 and see the differences. So basically what we have done in Impact Reinforcement 14 is we address something that has been mostly unsolvable in the last in many years, but now we find a way to solve it, and that's basically deattach the representation, the geometrical representation on the drawing with the actual values that we put in the file, especially when we create this jig radius here. This shape code is one of the most one of the shape codes that actually had, the issues before regarding the distance and the dimensioning. So if we go in and look a little bit what is the distance here, you see here that the A side should be 1385 and the B side, and then you have the angle, right? And here we put the jig radius angle to be 125. It doesn't really matter what, it shouldn't matter what the jig angle should be. We say okay, and then we'll try to do the exact same thing with draw the bar and try to do the exact same thing in Impact Reinforcement 14. So I will draw the bar. I have installed Impact Reinforcement 14. Let's say this is 1385, this is 1385, this is 150, and then the jig radius is 125. The dimensioning here doesn't matter, so I'll just say okay. And you see immediately that the reinforcement is smaller. And what I mean by smaller, basically, and that's why I have drawn these polylines here to show you a little bit the conversion point of those bars. I'll just make this also so I can move it. Take it from here and I'll just put it here so it kind of intersects with the rest of my reinforcement. But basically what we want to see here is that the distance, if we see in Impact 14, the distance here to here is 1385. But before, with the same dimensions, we will see that the distance was completely wrong. And that's what we have managed to fix. So now your reinforcement will actually, the geometrical representation of your reinforcement in the drawing will be the exact same dimensions as you expect them to be. And that's especially with acute angles like these ones, which is very, very exciting for many of you that you are deep into the reinforcement. I know it might seem something simple, but I can tell you for a fact that it is not that simple. The next thing I want to say here is if you have drawn something with the Impact Reinforcement 13 and you would like to change it to look like that, then you have to use this command, imp rc underscore upgrade bars. I will just copy it, I have it here. You will see it in my computer, imp rc underscore upgrade bars. And when you do that, you can select the bars to upgrade. And now you see the difference between this and this. Of course, they become the same. Do that in your drawings when you install Impact 14, and you will see immediate difference, especially with the ones with the acute angle. Smaller features include some rounding regarding your bars. We can now round the bars. If you go to the dynamic settings, you can edit. You can see here one of the bars here. You can stretch segment distance. So you can be between 1, 3, and 5. So if I put 5 here, say okay, then I can actually draw a bar, just a single bar. I'll just use the shape code A, or let's say the 00. Just use this for 1,000. Let's put it straight up, and now I can try and stretch it for 1. And now you will see that, of course, it goes on the integers of 5, so it will never, you know, it will never get stretched one by one by one by one. It will always get integers of 5. You can do the same for integers of 3, and of course keep it to 1 if that's something that you would like. One last thing I want to say is that, of course, when we have these bars, and especially when we have the bars and the distribution line, we get this text that we can expand the distribution line, we can disconnect the bar. But there was a lot of times where you double click on your bar and you go to the representation and you use the 3D, and those fields were not available anymore because the entity of the reinforcement was in 3D. Now actually you can use these entities more. There is also a few more things we did regarding the schedules, but I'm not going to go deep into them because I don't want to spend a lot of time on smaller things. But you are very welcome to look into the change notes in our wiki and discover the rest of the developments in Impact Reinforcement 14. Thank you so much for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you like this. For us, it has been challenging in development, but I think it will be very useful for many of you that doing a lot of reinforcement. Have a nice day and a nice Easter, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.